Good morning, and thank you very much for joining us. I am Yori Folarin. So the political season has taken off in earnest, in particular about the campaign. The campaign season yesterday was the day, and you saw events all over the country. In fact, in a sense, sort of mixed fortunes for the parties as campaigns kick off. There were some parties, those that were expected to grace the opening of the season, were not found. For others, it was, even though they are yet to launch properly, there have been some preceding events. For instance, you know about the walk on Abuja. In fact, we have visuals of that. But let me first of all introduce my guests this morning. Malam Ahmed Jaji. Well, he's a former banker, but when he left that sector and came into the public life, we then began to know him by what he always was, a political scientist. And thank you very much for coming on. It's been quite a while.
Good morning, viewers at home.
Indeed. Yes, welcome here, Malam Ahmed Jaji. If I wanted to make it complete, I'd put Moyosore in there.
Moyosore.
Ahmed Moyosore.
That makes me a complete Nigerian.
You're welcome. Thank you. We also have with us our friend Okwe Banwo. He's a US-based attorney. He's also a Nigerian attorney. When he's in Nigeria, he's a Nigerian attorney. When he's in the US, he's a US-based attorney. Public affairs analyst, techpreneur. Let me just stop there for the moment. Good morning to you, my brother.
How are you, sir?
Very well.
Good to be here today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Okwebanwo, for making time for us. Let me stay with you. Since we have you, look, the season has taken off. The campaign season, everybody was being disciplined, trying to follow the injunctions. Now it's taken off. And we noticed that there were mixed fortunes, if one can put it like that. In some instances, we didn't actually get everybody, the big wigs that you would have expected. Maybe they're reacting in one way or the other. They didn't show that time, that is talking about yesterday. In others, they haven't launched as was expected, but then there have been sort of, an advanced team, walks, that kind of a thing. Give me your impressions on the opening up of the political season, especially from a campaign point of view.
All right. Well, I hope today you are going to like me, but I know we have to call this thing the way it is. First, thank you for inviting me and always inviting me here, despite sometimes having different opinions on these issues. I really appreciate you for that. But what I can say is that everybody has been looking forward to this day, yesterday, of the campaign getting kicked off with the INEC blowing the whistle. And we were all expecting that there would be a lot of energy, a lot of movement. But I was surprised that several of the big names have ghosted on us. Only Peter Obi appeared to be ready. I mean, look at him. He came out of the gate smoking. He was on Arise TV to push his case. He was in Jos. There was a massive crowd. I did not see the bigger players that he was supposed to be following. I expected, for instance, Jagaban to be out there taking it all over, because this is his game to lose. Everybody knows that. He's the front runner. But cricket, where is Atiku? We don't know what's going on. So for me, it's a symbol of the way the country is right now. Okay. This young man, called Peter Obi, looks to be the only one that is really ready. Everybody else is like they're developing cold feet. I don't know what's going on with that. For APC to now say they are postponing indefinitely. I'm embarrassed. I have to say that because they are supposed to lead us in this game. They have the money, they have the connection, they have the resources, but somehow it looks like there's a lot of pandemonium in both camps of PDP and APC, and that is all working. It's all working to the good of Peter Obi. Sorry about that, but I got to call it.
No. By all means, welcome. You're very welcome. We're very, very welcome to your opinion. Right, again, you will have your say, and quite frankly, the more the opinions, the merrier for us. Malam Jaji, I don't know, your sensibilities might be different from that. Yes. How did it grab you, the launching?
Well, you see, that you have a plan. There is something we call variable, intervening variable. You want to get to Ibadan, and when you get to the toll gate, something happened. You won't get to Ibadan at the appointed time. But that doesn't mean you won't go to Ibadan.
Yeah.
That is exactly what is happening. And when you look at it, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he had already done the job. Of all the presidential candidates, even before they were pruned down by the National Convention of the APC, where he emerged overwhelmingly, he toured all over, all the 6 zones. No, all the 5 zones of the federation, minus the southeast. A lot of work had gone on. But for Peter Obi to be seen to be, active, he's a young man, relatively speaking, but that doesn't mean others are sleeping. I know that the APC is way far ahead of what we are talking about.
Okay, but even the point being made was that, well, for instance, Okwe recalled that out of the APC came the information that the commencement launching was being postponed. And there was that curious word, indefinitely. Quite frankly, it's a bad word, if you ask me. It's a bad word in that, what is indefinite? What's indefinite about a time space that is fixed?
No, it depends on we are all English language users.
And learners.
It depends on who is saying that and the adjective you use to describe the situation.
Yeah.
But all I know is when you have intervening variable, as I explained earlier on, there might be some things inside, working. And that if you have to go away, this is politics.
And it had been explained in any case, if you recall that. Look, there was they suddenly discerned that there was a need to widen the scope of the
presidential
campaign council.
As for me, as far as I'm concerned,
but that is not to say that. I was going to say, okay, I'm going to come straight back to you, but we have some visuals. Okay, get it out before I go to the video I wanted to play.
Okay, listen, to me, the campaign kicking off like this should be concerning to all of us, and I want to be very, very sincere. I have tremendous respect for the 2 leading candidates before Peter Obi came and disrupted the whole thing. But let's face it, is this what Nigerians are going to deal with?
Okay, you insist. You insist on that line of thought.
I got to finish my thought. Let me finish my thought. Because Nigerians need to know this. This is a sign that if we elect any of these 2 leading candidates, we may not have a government for a year. They know we are going to launch. They know party politics is going to be lifted. They knew this months ago. That is the time they now want to go and say they want to do indefinite. Where exactly is our daddy, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed? We are not saying it. This is serious, guys. Let's not belittle this thing because we support one party or the other. I'm always very neutral, even though I have my own candidate. The truth is, Nigerians need to know what's going on. We were all looking forward to I was expecting Jagaban to take over the nation overnight, but we got an announcement, postponed indefinitely. And you guys are not concerned that something serious is going on? No, please. Nigerians need this. It's a whole different ball game. Those days of, we have finished the work, we have all these things. It's not going to work. Nigerians like me, with all due respect, I want to know what is going on. I want to be sure that these guys, when we elect them, they are going to do the job. We didn't do a thorough vetting for Buhari. Then he got there for 1 year. He could not give us a government. Now we couldn't even get a kickoff. Now, what is going to happen when they get the job? I got to say, but back at you, my man, I'm sorry, but the truth of the matter is I'm concerned.
It's all good.
Seriously.
It's all good. We've already discussed how the word indefinite is a bad word. It was alleged not to have come out of APC. It's a matter of interpretation. Yes. But as we were saying even before now, how can you say indefinite when there's a time frame within which we have to get a job done? So, first of all, it's a misnomer. But I wanted to play how the campaign started off with, so to speak, an advanced party in 2 venues, as you also know. But let's look at the visuals. First of all, in Abuja, there was a walk. Let's roll that picture and then we come back to studio.
This youth movement in support of the presidential candidate of the APC may be a pointer to the role young Nigerians will play in next year's general election. The National Coalition Group for City Boy Movement is using this platform to tell youth to only vote for Asiwaju Bola Tinubu because they believe he alone has a clear blueprint on how to effectively manage the economy and translate it to prosperity, growth, and national development.
The main reason why we're here today is to tell Nigerians that there is only one alternative to the presidency in 2023. Because there is only one man that has done that magic before. There is only one man that has turned an economy round. If we look at Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu made Lagos State what it is today. And there is only one man that can change this economy in this 2023. Any mistake will be very, very grievous for us. So we must stand by him and make sure this man comes as the president in 2023.
This is a campaign, not the party campaign, not the official campaign, but just the gathering of young people who believe in Asiwaju, who believes in his leadership, who believes that he holds the promise for a better Nigeria, and that is the reason why we are gathered here for the city boy and the golden boy of Borno State.
We know the only candidate we have in Nigeria is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Today, all the Nigerian youth are standing with City Boy to say that Asiwaju is a builder. He has built so many leaders in the country.
The group is also leveraging the support of women across the country to mobilize votes for the Tinubu-Shettima presidency. These women say they will join the campaign trail because they believe in the capacity of Bola Tinubu and his plans and programs that will also improve their well-being and increase their inclusion in governance.
Women are ready. You see, let me tell you something. Nigeria women believe in Asiwaju. Nigeria women know that with Asiwaju presidency, all our suffering will end. So our women, they are solidly behind Asiwaju.
The group says they are going beyond this kind of rally to talk directly to registered voters as campaigns officially begin and politicking becomes intense.
Our plans for Nigeria and Nigerians are
Okay, there we were just going to go on there because, as you know, all of them tried to come at us. I was referring to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar at the beginning, and not everybody who was expected actually showed up. But again, this is probably to be expected. They'll be sorting things out. Okwebanwo was, talking about people he expected missing in action and that kind of a thing. Well, it's like it's unfolding. They say this is just take this advance. But what would you say in response to, if you have any response to Okwe's point of view, that it's a very serious affair from his point of view, that he takes it very, very seriously?
Niccolo Machiavelli will tell you that the end justifies the means. What do you want? You want to win. How you get to win within the ambit of the law is what APC is all about. And we don't have to overlook the fact that APC is like what one American lady singer, Tracy Chapman, said, coat of many colors.
Okay.
You have several tendencies in the Dolly Parton. You have several tendencies in the APC. Some are still annoyed with the outcome of the presidential convention. These people must be pacified. We don't want them to leave the party and go elsewhere. And until that is assured that, yes, the whole house is now unified, I don't think APC should be apologetic about the rally
going its own way.
We are taking care. You see, Yoruba will tell you that one Jan Lekeji, he will enjoy. This is APC matter. And something took place in Abuja yesterday that showed that, yes, this thing had already taken off according to what INEC. In fact, in the first place, INEC shouldn't dictate to parties when to commence or not to start campaigning or not to campaign. Campaign had already started some 6 months ago.
Okay.
So yeah, this is just formal.
This is just the formal office.
And some people came out yesterday, but if Okwe wants Asiwaju to appear, he should just take a reason.
Well,
he will appear at the appropriate time.
Okwe or anybody else are well within their rights. You wanted to say something because Ashwaju did release a statement yesterday. It was along the lines that, look, we shall be going out, we shall be knocking every door, we shall be speaking to everyone. And, you know the whole thing, the way it goes. But, Okwe, we were just showing you how he seems to have been adopted by the youth, the city boy walk and all of that, as a prelude to, as it were, the big horse, ultimately.
Well, yes, I think the youths who adopted Ashwaju, they are within their rights to do that. But whether they make sense or not, I do not understand. Because when they are saying we want, it's going to solve, but I don't want us to get into the candidates, because I know there's going to be many days to that. I don't want to disrespect the House by saying a lot of stuff I have to say on that. But the issue right now is that we have to understand that I understand what APC is saying, that they are playing rope a dope like Muhammad Ali in those days. Okay, let the other guys be punching. We are just going to be watching. Muhammad Ali tried that when he was already old, and they beat him. You can play rope a dope when you are still strong and young and agile and can move. Ashwaju is not in that place right now. He's a willing politician who still has a lot on his up his sleeves, and he has to. I believe he has to play smart. And even more than that, I think Nigerians deserve parties that are ready to do what they say they are going to do.
Okay.
To me and to every Nigerian, unless you want to party it, APC obviously is in disarray right now. They don't know what they want, because otherwise we've overused the word, so I'm not going to bother about talking about indefinitely again. But it tells me if they cannot answer the bell at the very first round, it tells me there is much more problem in the House and a disrespect to the Nigerian populace. What do they mean?
When you
definitely.
Well,
what exactly does that mean for the followers?
I hear you.
What does that mean for me?
I hear you, Okwe, but
Where is Ashwaju, as a matter of fact? He shouldn't be live on TV telling us this. He's a presidential candidate. And I'm being very serious, because we Nigerians now, we demand more from our leaders. The old school style is not going to work, whether we support or we don't support him. And I know it does have a lot of support. I've been on record to say right now, this election is his to lose. Yes. And the way they are starting, he may lose it, because Peter Obi is gathering momentum every day. It's an upstart.
Well, it's okay you say that, Okwe, but
me.
I hear you, Okwe.
You're not letting me finish my thoughts now.
You have finished.
No, let him finish.
Okay, carry on. You have finished. I was going to say something on top of that, but if you don't want that, let me know. You have landed.
No, it's okay. Go ahead now. You're my guy. Please go ahead. No problem.
Nothing like that. I was saying that it's interesting the way because even though you said you have your candidate, you are also being, as it were, a sort of a commentator. So it was interesting to me that you didn't talk about the place where there is real disarray. You didn't talk about the place where there's complete confusion. But you then are saying, what you have said.
You didn't let me finish now. You didn't let me finish. No, they say is the leading horse that everybody will target. Tinubu obviously is the daddy in this game right now. But you are correct. The PDP, you see, nobody's even talking much about them anymore, because it's like they are already dead before this game starts. Let's be frank. That is why the focus is on Ashwaju Bola Ahmed and Peter Obi, because PDP has self-imploded, and any self-respecting commentator is not going to waste his time on them. They are done. Okay? Because if they can't even get themselves together at this time of the game, why should I waste my energy? I can understand why they will be missing in action. They have nothing going for them. They are the ones that even got us into this mess originally to start with. Now it is clear that they have no plan for Nigeria. They don't even know what they are doing. Let's focus on guys that matter. Ashwaju Bola Ahmed and Peter Obi. To me, as a fair commentator looking at this,
okay,
Atiku gets his act together, it doesn't even merit us discussing it, with all due respect.
Well, talk about firing on all cylinders today, Okwe. Indeed, I didn't expect any less from you, but Malam Jaji.
No, you see, the route Okwe has chosen to take, I'll follow him there, in order to debunk what he's saying. I happen to grow up in Ghana. By the time they say aliens complaints, or that when they were sacking us, my old uncle, Alhaji Wajab Jaji, he used to support a particular party that of Dr. Kofi Buzia. But the reigning noise-making party as at that time and their presidential candidate was called Bedema. Everybody thought he was going, but at the end of the day, Bedema's party could not win. They were making noise like this, and the youth you are talking about, the youth, they know what is good for them. When it comes to the brass tack, we shall see. So making noise and all over energy and whatever, but when you are talking of real politicking,
Well, in fairness, when you talk about making noise, I mean, even the Ashwaju campaign said, look, the campaign is going to be loud. That is
very, very loud.
I mean, so you can't say somebody's making noise now.
No,
they said it's going to be loud.
I said I will follow Okpe's line of argument. You will see the crowd. It will be overwhelming, but the same people will now say, oh, don't mind them. Those are rented crowd. Ashwaju has got this and that to buy anybody, which are all, imagination.
In the imagination.
But at the end of the day, what we want is how do we win?
And
what
do we get? Because
if
it's
we
not
should
just
take any precipitate step that is going to injure our campaign, we will tarry a while.
Ashwaju's statement yesterday when he put it out about a vision, that Nigerians are looking for a vision. Okay, I can come to you on this because, the big man, as you refer to him, he's put out that Nigerians are looking for a vision, and that is what he and his running mate are prepared to exactly deliver. It's not about, any other thing, but a better life, a better ideas. They need to explain that to all the people. So that's what people want to hear, really. This is the carnival aspect of it. Yes, it goes along with politics, but referring to your point about being ready, they've been ready for quite a while. They've been ready for quite a while. It's just that you, as you are entitled to evaluate their preparedness, might not want to, score them highly. But they say they've been ready for quite a while, and a lot of things seem to indicate it. You've seen the sort of manifesto, is that what I should call it? Campaign manifesto that they have put out. So in terms of readiness, yep, they're there. I don't know if you still feel that...
When you say in terms of readiness, sir, with all due respect, how do you get readiness? Is it somebody on TVC telling us, oh, they are ready, or we seeing it? My own position here is that there needs to be more transparency with the people. That is what is missing in Nigeria, regardless of whose side anybody support, okay? And I think the APC is not being transparent with us. Where is Daddy Jagaban Ashwaju? Why are they postponing indefinitely? Don't just tell us you are postponing indefinitely because you want to go do this. You got to be more transparent, is all I'm saying. What will it cost us if our presidential candidate in APC were to step onto the podium and say, this is what is happening, this is what is happening? Nigerians will appreciate it more. But all this coded and all this secrecy is part of what is making some youth rebel.
Okay.
Because we have APC telling us that they want to continue the government of Buhari. That is the part that upsets me the most about all of this. Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are saying, listen, we have had 7 years of farming. We need something new. And then we got a candidate saying, listen, I am going to continue that government. And then you can't tell us how you are going to separate yourself from Buhari. That is the issue. And then when they launched the campaign now, then you ghosted us. No respect from the presidential candidate to Nigerians. They sent us some guys to tell us, oh, we are postponing indefinitely. It's disrespect of the Nigerian people.
All right.
They need to understand that.
Let me get in there.
Ashwaju is not a good leader. I'm not saying Ashwaju cannot even be a great leader. The man has shown he has some stuff in the past. But we are talking today. What have you done for me lately in Nigeria?
Okay.
So I would have expected, because somebody that everybody is expecting, there's all sorts of commerce on Ashwaju. I expected on the day the campaign was launched, on the day election is launched, election campaigning is launched, excuse my language, that he will show us that all those things that we are all thinking is wrong.
All right.
But what did he do?
I got to get a word in edgeways this time.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okpe is angry. He expected to see Ashwaju yesterday. He didn't see him, but we'll talk about that. Habib in Jos, thank you for holding on. Go ahead now, please.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, one thing that the other speaker should understand. One thing the other speaker should understand is Asiwaju is making his own plan, and as a politician, what he did yesterday, we absolutely welcome that. Among all the candidates aspiring for the same seat of the presidency, no one has built people like Asiwaju. From there, Nigerians understand that he is the right man for the job. We shouldn't be saying he's not seeing his strategy out. They're making a lot of plans. The other speaker says Asiwaju is taking his time to settle the problem in the party, which is the right thing to do, because we don't want to lose anyone in the party. Because it's the party that is coming on board. The city boy is someone everybody is waiting for.
City boy.
Indeed. Well,
we're making consultation. A lot of people are saying he is the right man, and we are going for him. And why are we even making this noise for him to start his campaign early? It is not the right time. We're making some moves for it. It's another polity in it. We are doing polity in polity.
all right. Thank you very much for calling in, Habib. Clearly we see where your support lies, and all of this is to be expected, even Okwe will expect a rebuttal of some of the things he says. That's in the nature of our democracy. Okwe, so there you have it. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
That is their strategy, and he thinks his party knows what they're doing.
When somebody is confused, they say they are doing strategy. There was a 6-month lookout for a specific date. That date came, and all we are hearing is, my concern, and I'm being very, very sincere about this, is that we have people like that gentleman that just spoke coming in to tell us what Asiwaju is going to be doing or not doing, or what APC is going to be doing or not doing. Is that the way it's supposed to be?
All right. I'm going to take another caller. Emmanuel has called in from Otukpo. Let's hear from Emmanuel. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. What we are discussing this morning is quite interesting.
Okay.
2015 is different from 2023. In 2015, we followed Buhari sheepishly, not knowing what was behind the curtain. And look at what we got for it. Hopelessness and colossal failure. So I want to advise Asiwaju, Bola Tinubu, it's not a question of coming out, grandstanding and saying, Emiloko, or I'm prepared to fight dirty. He should come out prepared with good campaign strategy. This fight is a serious fight. And so many people are saying that there is really no difference between Buhari, Atiku, and Bola Tinubu. So he should show them that there is difference between Bola Tinubu and the rest too.
Okay.
I wish him all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Malam Jaji.
You see, when people start comparing, I tend to laugh. When Buhari was the military head of state, in conjunction with the late Idi Agbon, we knew what they did because military, they acted with fiat. But in our own case now, we have the National Assembly and other organs of, the democracy that will hinder your... But despite that, those who are saying Buhari has not done anything, they are entitled to their opinion. That is why we are going to have a plebiscite. And that doesn't prevent anybody from saying Buhari has failed, Buhari has not failed. But as I'm sitting down here, I can tell you we will miss Buhari. And that is why APC is saying that we are going to continue the job Buhari has done. And it's just unfortunate the managers of the information aspect of the government at the federal level. I've been saying it before when I appear here that they confused public relations with journalism. Anything you do, you don't let people see. They will say you have not done anything. That was the problem with that. But as at what we are saying now, the job of INEC is to say campaign will start at so and so date. Mm-hmm. But INEC did not say every party must come out on that same
the first day.
So who expected something to happen, and it did not happen, and we are now jumping into wrong conclusion. It's their own, they are entitled to it. This is a democracy.
Okay.
But as far as we are concerned, they go see when the jungle matures.
There's a caller on the line waiting for us to come back. Good morning to you, Mr. George.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir.
To Madam Chaji and
Banwo.
Banwo. Uncle Yori, it is to be understood the point Mr. Banwo is coming from. He wants to see action and, quick movement. But that is not all. It is that attitude that brought Atiku to where he is today. He wants something that is born out of inordinate ambition, disregard due process, and just want to get there at all costs. Tinubu is a strategist. You remember what happened during the primaries. At a point, about a week to the primaries, there were so many oppositions and objections. And it was that week, about 3 days to the primaries, that the northern governors eventually said, no, this is the way it must go. But things were going on, at the background. We didn't know all those things. Such things are still happening. It's not easy to manage or micromanage human beings. It takes some strategy and some skill. That's what is happening, and I know that it will come out. It's already out. If you are a keen watcher, you will have seen campaigns going on in the past 6 to 8 months. It's just that it is not yet in the open. All those momentum he is talking about Peter Obi, look at the quality of the crowd. They don't have PVCs. Let them raise up, ask them, where are your PVCs? Less than a third of them have PVCs. So you shouldn't just worry about those. We know who can fix Nigeria. So Okwe should just be patient. Good morning.
Indeed. Okwe?
All right. Well, I am patient. I think Nigerians have been patient for, I don't know how many years now. When somebody who is wrecking your house is assuring you that he is going to fix your house. I'm going to come back in a minute. I think my phone is having some problem. Let me come back and I will address that. My apologies. You can switch off to somebody else now. All right.
Okay then. Okay. When you look at Mr. George and his contribution, there's stuff in there. There's stuff in what he spoke about. The whole machinations, the whole intrigues that went on in the lead up to the primary election. Those factors haven't exactly disappeared, as is to be expected. It's a continuum, even of all of these. And so it was his guess that, look, there are things that need to be taken care of. We'll go back to that kind of announcement about there's a need to, postpone. Although somebody went and added the word indefinitely behind it, I don't know why. But, there's a need to postpone so as to come out, better.
Stronger.
Yes, stronger. And I don't think anybody should begrudge them that.
You see, in social engineering, there's something we call self-fulfilling prophecy. These people had prophesied that some things will happen, and Ashwaju and his team, they are, confusing them. And that is, politics is war, sand, wielding of gun. You have to be a master strategist before you can be ahead of your opponent. And you will see what he did before and during the National Convention of the... Most of the people that came out that wanted to be presidential candidate of the APC, by God's grace, they are all qualified to be president of this country. But despite everything, he was able to, gather everybody together. Yes. And what we are now saying is that the party has come to stay, and to make it possible not to repeat the mistake of the past, you have to be very, very careful.
Indeed.
In whatever you do.
Let me bring in Tiga.
There won't be missteps.
Tiga is on the line now, calling in from Shomolu. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for calling in.
How are you doing today, sir?
Very well, thank you.
And good morning to two gentlemen there,
Malam Jaji and
Malam
Okpebambo.
Jaji and Uncle Okpebambo. See, I will go for Yoruba one Yoruba proverb, sir. Yoruba say, "Agbatoba no meninu, kin pariwo, eti oba no meninu, luma pariwo." Back to Uncle Okpe. Uncle Okpe said that he have his own preferred candidate. I don't know why he's now going after Asiwaju. INEC have given out the date. It's now left for the party to know when they will start their campaign or not. And then, if you look at it critically, out of the presidential candidates campaign, who more intelligent, more intellectual, more visionary than Asiwaju? Everybody in Nigeria today know that Asiwaju is the way forward to restructure Nigeria. I don't know why people so hate him so much. I don't know. But when God created somebody, Akondayo, on La Asiwaju, and then in 2023, he will be Nigeria president for sure. We youth, I'm a youth, we follow Asiwaju to the end. That's not today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tiga, for calling in. Appreciate your call.
Thank you very much.
But even Okwe,
My apologies.
My apologies. Okay. Welcome back.
Yes.
Okay, welcome
back. So, my apologies
I was going to say
for that breaking
okay.
transmission. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, but stuff went on. Of course, we continued the conversation in studio here. And there's this line of thought that has come about that why, I think, yes, one of the callers, maybe even a couple of them have said that, why did you come out guns blazing, as it were, against Asiwaju? And I said that even you, I was going to say, that even you have conceded that, look, he's the man to beat, quite frankly. And so there's a sense in which it shouldn't be too surprising if you indeed come out and make the observations that you had made. But now that you're back for yourself, maybe you want to relate to why, since somebody said that you admitted on air on this program that you have your own candidate now. And so why are you not facing that one? Why are you now aiming at their own candidate?
No, but I think that's a fair comment. But you have to understand, and I've been on this show too many times for you to doubt my objectivity when I'm analyzing. The fact that, as a matter of fact, I think anybody who doesn't have a candidate at this point in time is a traitor to Nigeria. You can't be neutral. I don't care who you are, whether you are Yori Folani or you are whatever, you must have a candidate because the future of your country is at stake.
But I'm trying my best.
But having said that, it doesn't mean that you cannot still be objective in your analysis.
That's right.
I have a tremendous respect for Bola Ahmed, not simply because I'm here, but I've been on record as saying if they were to split up Nigeria today, I said that 5 years ago, and they say everybody pick a leader for your tribe. I'm going to pick Asiwaju and I'm going to go with him. But that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, things have changed drastically. Here are my own major issues. I'm not attacking Asiwaju. We are analyzing. And I'm saying to you, regardless of who my opinion is, you can fault my opinion. Don't look at who my candidate is. I have not even pushed one here, even though it's obvious. My point here is that how can we, here are my two main issues about Asiwaju that many don't like to hear. Number one, how can Nigeria move forward if we want to be rewarding people for doing a bad job? Asiwaju himself claimed Buhari. He said he set up this government. Olule 3 times, and I'm the one that made him stand up. So he must own Buhari's record. Now, if you are saying Buhari has
sorry, Okwe.
let me finish that talk.
But you went to Olule. There was misinformation in that Olule thing you said now.
Out of context.
It was out of context.
I'll correct my information later. He was basically saying that when Buhari has tried 3 times and he didn't make it, he was the one that finally provided the backbone to support what he already had to make him win. That's the way Nigerians understood it.
Indeed.
Spin it any way you want. But my point is, having done that, then he must own Buhari's record. So I like this election. It's a very clear thing. Have you been better off in the last 7 years under Buhari's rule?
Okay.
If not, then do you want to reward the man that says he is the kingmaker of that government?
Okay,
You want to reward
I've got to
continuity of
interrupt
your
you
pain.
because...
Let me finish.
Wait,
Let
somebody
me
else
finish.
also
Let
wants
me
to
finish.
add to the conversation. Olabisi has been waiting in Abuja. Please let Olabisi in Abuja contribute. Good morning, Olabisi.
Yeah, Uncle Yori, it's nice speaking with you.
Thank you very
Please,
much.
I've been trying getting you. Just tell Ope, let Ope know that every tobacco control is all my war. Are you hearing me, Uncle Yori?
I can hear you.
What's the meaning?
Would you like to say that proverb again? Ebu tobacco kojo is the masquerade that dance first.
And again, Yoruba, they say, Ebula no man be Idale. Hope I get it right. So let him know that in the US that he is. I'm in Abuja here. I'm a Christian. And we are supporting Tinubu 100% here in Abuja. All these things we are seeing up and down, all this, we don't even mind. We don't care about that. But let him know, Ebu tobacco control in Roloba.
But we look at Johnny Convention now. About Johnny Convention.
We are in support of Asiwaju. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Olabisi.
I expect this to be spawned in the positive way by Asiwaju supporters. All this Egundo Kokojo stuff is just spin. Asiwaju is the first one to speak during convention, right? Was it not the Egun that Koko danced and he still won? So that one is just a Awawi for Yoruba people. My point is that they have framed the issues of this election perfectly.
Okay.
And it's very clear. And if you are better off in the last 7 years, reward the man that put it together. If you are not better off, then you need to kick him out. It's as simple as that.
All right.
So I am not here to say whether Buhari has done well or not. Let Nigerians decide. If your life has been better off from $350 to $1 to $720 in 7 years, then reward Asiwaju by all means. But if your life has taken a back turn, then you will be a foolish person to reward somebody for doing a bad job.
All right.
That is the issue.
Once again, you got to let I have Mazi Okorafor. He's called in from Arochukwu. He also wants to contribute. Mazi, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, our guests in the studio and the one on Sky. You see, election have already started since January, after the primaries of the election. The Japan, I don't think, do they have any competition? Look, it's just the member see that just let's go by 2023. But the question is, following the sequence. The only thing I advise Nigeria is that the people should cool their temperament. Election is not by next. It is by go to the election booth, stamp and vote. So what we are doing now is what we call a grassroots. I want everybody to sit down and listen. All the politicians, all the aspirants, they should tell us, this is what they are going to do. Education, this is how I'm going to handle it. Security, this is how I'm going to handle it. Economy, this is how I'm going to handle it. Health, that's what Nigerians should be listening. Nigerians should keep aside sentiment. Let's wait and see.
Indeed.
Let's watch and see. Let's continue listening and assess within ourselves. Let us not conclude. There is no yet time for conclusion. Only by next year that we decide who is who by 2023. Good morning. My brother on the Sky, go ahead, continue your listen. Everybody has his own opinion.
But thank you.
We're not quarreling, but I haven't heard from Malam in a while.
Yes.
Malam, to come to you.
Will not let me now.
Well, he will let you. He's a Democrat. He's a Democrat. He will let you.
What we are saying, and I'm very glad Okpe is a lawyer, is hammering on that fact that the thing was supposed to come yesterday, to start yesterday, and because he didn't see this, he didn't see that. He should tell me in the power that was granted to INEC by the Constitution or as amended, where it was stated that every party must produce, or their presidential candidate must address the nation the same day the campaign will start. It depends on everybody's plan. And the Olule issue is quoting it out of context. The man said Buhari tried it on his own 3 times until some of them came together to form the APC. If APC had not been formed, those small parties wouldn't have been able to upstage the PDP, who had already told us that they would be in power for 50 years. So you should not model the two. But what we are saying now is that everybody with his own plan and how to execute it. I'm sure the same Okpe will still commend the APC when the campaign really starts.
Okay.
When we start, and you have go slow all over Lagos, and people will be asking, Kilo Chele is because APC, they are holding their campaign today. The same thing, Abuja will be locked down. I'm saying it publicly now.
I got to bring in Haruna in Port Harcourt. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for
I've
calling
been
in.
struggling to reach you for the past month. I'm always unlucky, but thank God I've gotten you today, sir.
Indeed.
Actually, I want to just add my voice to this issue on ground right now in terms of our politicking.
Sure.
You see, I want to first greet the guest in your studio. You have a very wonderful guest here in your studio. The daddy, I don't know the name, and Mr. Okpe. He too is a wonderful analyst. But
thank you. There are two wonderful guests. The one that is on Zoom is Okpe Banwo. The one that is live in studio is Malam Ahmed Idaji. Two wonderful guests. Please continue.
Malam Ahmed Idaji. Thank you very much. And it's also a daddy to me. And the gentleman also laughing. So, Mr. Okpe?
Yes, sir.
What did you want to say?
What I want to just say is that he talked about dollar. You see, the fact is that we talk about this dollar 710 or 720, but why are we not questioning? Who are the people buying the dollar? It's a question of demand and supply.
Good.
We go for primary, people brag with dollar. Why are we not questioning it? The same people who brag with dollar will tell you that they want to pull down dollar to this thing. And there's somebody who called from Makurdi. He was telling us nothing happened in APC. Well, from Abuja to Makurdi, there's local Oweto Bridge. When we come to the south, you talk about Second Niger Bridge. When you talk about Warri to Itakpe, but you go by rail. From Ibadan to Lagos Expressway. From Lagos to Ibadan, you will take train. When you start from Zaria, we start from Kaduna, Zaria to Kano. You start from Kotagora, Yauri, Koko, Jega, Tagwa to Sokoto. These are roads you will see obviously. When you still go to Kano, to Maiduguri, you will see obviously. When you go to Enugu, to Port Harcourt, these are projects that you are seeing. All those projects are even factors to even make because we import a lot of things. So probably those machinery that we are going to import may even force dollar this thing. And unfortunately, even our crude oil production today, we know where it is. We are in the kind of monolithic economy. And the crude oil, whereby we are talking about 1.8, maybe OPEC quarter, today, maybe 1 million. So we can see, so we should discuss cause and effect. We should not use emotion in this election.
Indeed.
Otherwise, we are taking ourselves back to where we are trying to live. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Haruna in Port Harcourt. And he really
that's a good one.
He had his facts and figures going there. He had his facts and figures going.
I think yes. Thank you so much, that gentleman that weighed in. But one thing has really baffled me in Nigeria. I have to be honest about this. Nigeria is a people that spent 4 years whining and complaining about their leaders and their government. Then during elections, they turn right back and vote that same government in. And then they start the complaints again. I am baffled. I was a Buharist in 2015. Everybody knew that. The same way I'm arguing violently for Peter Obina is the way I argued violently for Buhari in 2015. Yeah. I spent money, I spent energy. After 1 year, it was clear this man can't run this country. But we survived him for 4 years, and Nigerians turned around again and voted him back in.
Okay, let me get
everybody now is now trying to.
Let me get a response to that.
Let me just finish one sentence. So I'll let you get in it. Okay, go
ahead. You can't be bullying us now.
I'm sorry.
You can't be bullying us now.
You can't be mid-sentence.
No, maybe it's the time lag. I wouldn't interrupt you mid-sentence. Sorry about that.
You see, all this we are talking of dollar. We were all taught about supply and demand in secondary school. People are paying, politicians are bribing delegates in dollars. How do they get the dollar? They are using the naira, and anything you have in abundance, the value will surely go down. Are we not in this same country where we were told that some people, they buried naira in, specially constructed, whatever, that this naira is not in the formal economy. So for anybody to now say because of that, Buhari should be, castigated.
Well,
I don't think,
at the end of the day,
but at the end of the
said
day,
it, that
it is
the issues.
APC,
that's what we want to talk about.
with the
But
issues
I want to be sure to put in, to bring in Miriam. Miriam is calling in from Abuja. Good morning, ma'am. Miriam in Abuja. Good morning. That call.
I can hear you loud and clear, Okuliori.
Please continue, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so proud of Mr. Jaji that is in the studio. I am very proud of him. He is not coloring anything. He is saying it as it is. This administration, you might say we have security challenges, but honestly, I think in terms of projects, in terms of development, I think they have done very well. Compared to the 16 years of APC, this administration has tried. We cannot say anything about insecurity. We know that we are our lowest end for security-wise, but this administration has done so well. And please, when we are saying we are for Tinubu, we are looking forward. We are not looking backward. We want to see. These are things Tinubu did when he was governor. And that is what we are looking at. We are looking at Tinubu's antecedents. We here in Abuja, we are for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Please, we don't want all those campaigns we are seeing. You understand? We are facing issues. We want other political parties to face issues. If the campaign was not inaugurated yesterday, nobody said they must be regulated. Is there any timeline? There's no timeline. And if we find out that there is a problem and we're willing to solve the problem, I think we should give him credit for that. Definitely, there are people who are not happy with the campaign council, and if he has decided that he will shift it onto such issues are settled. Is there anything wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with that? Is there anything wrong with our candidate? We are with him 100%. We will continue to be with him 100%. We are going to vote for him. And I keep telling my friends, let us meet at the polls. There's no need talking. Let's meet at the polls and let's see who will win this election.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Ope, let me just give you the, second to the last word because we're nearly up. You expect, and I think all Nigerians also expect that the issues that we need to hear how things will be different. Tinubu has put that statement out yesterday. In the statement he put out, how he intends to, make a difference. I imagine all the candidates know that this is tremendously important. So that's what Nigerians are looking towards, not necessarily starting off on the first day of which it is allowed. It's yours now, Okwe. The floor is yours.
Yes, I think Miriam spoke very well, but I think the reason why we are talking about what we are talking about is because that is the title of your own show. You wanted to talk about the issues concerning kickoff. If you brought another issue, we'll be here to discuss it.
Yeah.
You raised the issue about mixed fortunes as campaign kickoff. So that's the issue.
Indeed.
And the issue right now, APC has shown they are not ready to run this country. PDP, obviously, is nowhere to be found. Only Peter Obi is really showing, I'm ready to go on day one. That's it. That's what the title is. If you bring another one, we discuss. For me, for a government that has ruled us for 7 years, not to be ready to start rocking on day one is very concerning. And that is the topic. Nobody's been flippant here. Thank you so much, sir.
I want to thank you very much, Okwe Bamiwo.
I will tell him also that during the UPN days, the following day, ban on politicking was lifted.
The very next day.
The very next day, Chief Obafemi Awolowo came out
with his constitution.
With his constitution, his manifesto, and everything.
So that.
And at the end of the day, who won? We were told by those in power then that the best doesn't have to win. So we all know what is happening. But what we are now saying is that...
Yeah, but we don't know what is happening along the lines of that analogy because people expect like for like, so people are expecting...
we were told that the best might not necessarily win by the General Obasanjo. And that was what brought about 12th to 3rd, whatever.
Yes,
So I didn't want to,
Akindele,
you know, I off the mic anyway.
All right.
But they will see you campaign.
Off the mic. Off the mic.
Thank you very much, Okwe Banwo. Thank you very much for joining us, techpreneur, public affairs analyst, and legal practitioner. And also thanks to you, Malam Ahmed Jaji, the retired banker, political scientist. Thank you very, very much for coming on the program.
Thank you for inviting
you know that this is going to be a running topic. We're going to be on this for the
always
foreseeable
available,
future.
please.
So that's our program today. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.